trust in me, and you will find. And time goes by so naturally while you receive infinity.
Okay, Aquarius, we're in for your Halloween episode of the horoscope sign. Okay, so this energy can hit you, into November and even into the beginning of December, showing me that window of time. So here we go. I'm just going to fall in here. The Pulp Tarot, we started off. Your first card, Aquarius bonus, is the Devil, man. Feel like we might have dipped. Our original is dipping into the right side of Aquarius, and now we're dipping into the wrong side, but we'll see as we go here. Devil card is about overindulgence, no matter what we're going into here. So we may be overindulging in something here, or the devil on our shoulder is whispering sweet little nothings, and we are really grabbing onto that energy. It's the sense I get here. Not good. Not good. Yeah, shit disturbing. That's what I get. So the next card that we have here, that's our past energy. So are we going to get out of it? Six of Swords. That's the one you want. if you're trying to get away from it. So that is moving away from this energy. We may have had someone devilish in our past that we're trying to get away from. Yeah. It's interesting because when I went to sit down to do the readings, I thought, well, I'll start these readings. My intention was to do them the last part of October. And I just couldn't, like everything got in the way that I just really couldn't squeeze it in. No matter what. And then the full moon, or the new moon, I guess, passed. And then suddenly everything just dropped. It was like, now it's open and free. I can do. And it was like a wall. So then that's the sense they're giving me. They're making me look at that moon with the sword. And again, I'm pulling energy from your last reading, because they're going, again, the truth has come to light here that's really going to help us move forward. And what it has to do with is either recognizing the devil in our life or recognizing the devil outside of us, or, no, I feel like there was an illusion of this in our life in some way. And there was a truth that was laid here, so now we understand. We see clearly. And sometimes that can really mess up a life, is not gaining the right answers, the closure, right? It makes me think of closure. Because you need to understand, well, why did you leave me? Well, I left you because we have nothing in common. Okay, well, I didn't know that. You didn't tell me that, whatever. And then boom, you can move on. This is kind of, it may not be that exact scenario, but spiritually, we've released the devil is the sense that I get. And we're moving on and moving forward to something that is better suited. Again, there's turbulence on one side and clean energy on the other. And we're moving from one phase to the next here. So this is good. This is a good place. Okay. And in the future, where do we end up here? The Strength card. Yeah. Infinite strength with the lion sitting there. So we may gain some spiritual strength having known this truth, is the sense. Now, I don't know if we were shown this truth in reality or if we figured it out on our own. Because there's a sense of it being really veiled, this truth. But we've been proven on a level that we have accepted it. And that's what's going for it. Sorry, my window's open, so you're going to hear traffic and whatnot. Okay, so yeah, the devil was in our past. It had a hold of us, or it had strings tied to us in some kind of way. The Six of Swords symbolized, even if we have to go in the middle of the night, pack our stuff and get out, we're out of there. We may have gained some truths in order to figure things out, and from these truths we are going in the right way. And if I'm continuing from the same reading in the past, it's telling me that this was something we needed to get out of, and we're releasing every last bit of it. So the major arcana, the strength card, as we move into the future, we will gain strength here as we go forward. Because whenever we have the Six of Swords, it's like kind of an uneasy energy. We're going to the unknown, but we're leaving because we need to find something better than where we were from. We may even be escaping. They give me the word escape. May even be escaping things, to a degree. But our strength is in the future. Okay, next row here as we move from the wisdom in the House of Night deck. On top of the devil energy, do we want to expand there? We have denial. So we may have been in denial of the devil. The devil may have been in denial that about something having to do with us, that they could lose us. Yeah, the sense they're giving me, they're going, this is very much the energy of the devil. He was in denial that you would ever leave him in this way. He's in denial that, you would ever stray from him. Is the sense is there's a loyalty they thought that they had from you. Because they keep repeating that, waiting for the time to be ripe. And the sense is that was the devil's downfall, was waiting. Because in that waiting, the Aquarius moved on. They realized that was the truth. There was something in that time period that made them understand this is not the correct, this is not right. It totally aligned them with the truth. Had to do with time, not so much. Because I don't get, they're showing me someone with their mouth barred over, like taped over. So there was no speaking to this person. If there was a person that this amalgamated in, there's no speaking to this person. That person didn't speak to us. But there was a time they wanted us to wait for them to be ready to pick. And they're going, that was what made the Aquarius wake up. That time limit. And the devil never thought that you would ever leave their side, is the sense. So whatever shape or form that is. Because I'm getting, right? Because the devil would be in high ego. That just fits there. Perfect. And they were in denial that, this person ain't going to leave me. I got them under my thumb. They're good. I'll just, when I'm ready to deal with them, I'll deal with them. And then that's when the Aquarian took off. Okay. And that's what we're at right now. We're in the present right now where the Aquarian's taken off and moving forward. And we have vision is the card that comes from the wisdom deck. Yes. The moon is and again, maybe it's just for the Aquarius, but maybe it's for all signs. This may be a card that pops up in the future. I don't know. But the sense I get here is not only are we clairvoyantly astute. Sorry about the noise. My window's open. Not only are we clairvoyantly astute, but we have innate abilities that are pulling us forward. And again, I see nobody. They're just showing me someone walking forward on a beach to the sunlight, right? The darkness is behind them. They're moving out of the darkness into the light. So the vision is simply that, you know what? My future can be whatever I want it to be. I know where I've been. I'm going in a different direction. Like a shutting of the door. The moon really does symbolize a stop and start energy here. And the sense of the cloudiness, it's like, there's clouds on one side and then it's clear on the other. Do you get my drift? And the Six of Swords is about moving into that clarity away from the devil. Okay, it's all good. All good. Now as we move into the future, again, strength card. Taming the lion. There was a beast here that needed to be tamed. Maybe there was a part of us, a spiritual side of us, that wasn't quite pure. That wasn't quite, we may have been listening to the devil in odd instances, but 75% of us was on the line where we were doing the right thing. Well, now we've cut that extra 25%, and we're taking the plunge to go forward in all that energy. So for the Aquarius that were somewhat, I feel like they're more on the good side than bad, but they're really working hard to purify, and that purity is bringing them into a new energy field that's going to be very spiritually rewarding. I'll leave it there. Strength. On top of that, we get the message. I get darkness from this message. We may have a message from someone, that devil in our past, or someone else. Now, yeah, there's two ways this could go. For all Aquarians, we are going to get a message from a dark centered place, from someone in our past that was darkly centered, someone in our present that is centered darkly on us. We're going to see it with clarity because they're giving me the sword downward, which means we're going to see it with clarity, but it may not be spoken of. It'll be an intuitive sense. Something we see that doesn't add up to something someone said. This kind of thing. So this person's going to come forward making empty promises. This could be. They're showing me two messages. One good, one bad. This is what I get. And the bad message is going to be, hopefully, if we're coming from our instinct and our gut reactions, da-da-da. Because again, we have to use our instinct more at this time than anything else. And the second message I feel will be valid. But I don't know, once we get the first message, if we will be in a mode to receive another message. It's what I get here. I don't think it's from the same person. I think it's from different angles here. And I feel like it's almost like a tester come in and, are you willing to take back devil energy? We really have to draw the line here. Really have to keep our toes up. We can go right up to that line, but we can't cross it. And I feel like the Aquarian's being tested on their devil energy. I feel like they've been working hard to draw lines in their life. And I think because of this, they are going to be tested to make damn sure that they're on the right side of the tracks. And again, this will be the area where we split. Right? Because if there's bad intent for others, then we go down one road. And if there's good intent for others and humanity, then we go down this other road. And this is where I feel like it cements for the Aquarius. I think, again, the Aquarians are going to be the first through the gate. They ain't running. They're showing me they're just walking casually. There's no fear, but they're just walking. And other people are like, oh no, I'm not going there. I'm not going there. Aquarian has no fear. And this can really reward you by not being fearful. But it's not that they don't have a heart or a soul. They have all of these things. And they're really being tested on where to use those things at this time. And if we pass that test, I feel like there's going to be amazing things that will come in the future. Okay. As we move on to clarify the devil again from the Shaman's deck, what do we come up with here? Again, the devil's in denial that they would ever lose you. They thought they had you on their chain for good, under your thumb. Yeah, that's where the Aquarius is. But the Aquarius is moving on from this energy. So on top of the denial card, we have the Spirit of the River, 50. Movement toward adventure. Yeah, they're going to see the Aquarian move toward that adventure. And not only that, I feel like their emotional side is going to be erupted here. Not the devil's emotional side, but the Aquarian. And I feel like the devil, for some reason, has to really watch this. So this could be a person in your life. Because the more cards I go through here, the more it shows in physical reality. Though, it could also be an energy that is just upon you. Like a repressive energy, that a belief system that held us back from going in new directions and this kind of thing. It can be all of that. The Spirit of the River speaks to me about emotions, drowning in emotions. I see this person as being underwater. And when you're in water, you're doused in emotions. And again, from the past reading here, meaning just the reading in this series that I did, I got emotional overflow. And that's the sense I get here. We're surrounded by emotion. So we cannot, unless we have no soul, we cannot not feel it. We have to feel it. So I feel like we are going to be overwhelmed in this way. And I feel like we may have been overwhelmed by the devil as well. I feel like that energy just surrounded us so much that we had no, no option but to break out of it, because it was everything that we saw. It was so dark. I don't feel like the Aquarius, like all these Aquarians I'm picking up on, that their life was really dark, but their mental mindscape was so wrapped in a garbage bag, it's not even funny. And those that are in it, they'll understand what I'm saying. Because it was just like you were just limited. You were just limited. And now all of a sudden, when we release from that energy, we feel unlimited. And this is in the right way. Spirit of the river is engaging in your emotional center in order for it to pull you forward in the proper manner. And again, we will be tested on our boundaries and how to go forward in this way. Because we don't want to start going back on lessons we've learned. We also just don't want to hold ourselves back, period. We want to be able to go freely and clearly into movement toward adventure. There's new adventures coming. So yeah, I feel like this devil is going to witness this in your life. I feel like whoever that is, if that's an ex, if it's a friend or somebody, it was someone that didn't want your highest good. They were not there for your highest good. You understood this, you realized this, so this would not be a surprise to you. But for some reason, they're going to be able to see all of this reward system that you get as you go forward. I don't know if that's part of their karmic line or if they just do that because they're really attached to the energy and they know they can't get back into it, is the sense. Because I see they're showing me the devil in a cell. Like a caged cell. And looking through the bars and just watching. Like the person across the way. But they're free. You know? Like they can come and go. Because they're showing me someone else going in and out of the cell with the doors open. So I can come and go as I please. But this other person cannot. So there's somewhere that fits. Okay? That's somewhere that makes sense here for this reading. Now, as we move into the present again, Six of Swords is that energy of moving freely to our future. There may be visions and whatnot attached to that. I feel like we have a high tendency to use our gut instinct, ESP, clairvoyance, all of this stuff is involved in that. And I also feel a high sense that the moon cycle has something to do with a cutting off of energy. I don't know if it's astrologically aligned with the Aquarian or it's just all over something that is a cutoff, right? Universally. But the shaman card that we have on top of the vision is the Garden of Venus, rest and renewal. 25, which comes to 7, is very a lot of violet in this, purple. Yeah, which brings us to that higher vibrational state. And you have hummingbirds. High vibrational, yes, and they, they're so high vibrational they need sugar every 3 minutes to, keep them moving. And in the center of it all, there's a heart. Or is that a diamond? They're making me look like a heart. And Venus has to do with love and all of that. So I feel like we may be rewarded. This Aquarian may be rewarded with love and I feel like there's a time of rest that's needed, but I feel like after that rest is taken and we really ground out in our surroundings, the last card we had grounding, I feel like the Aquarians may be grounding, and when they ground and they make up their mind that this is where I belong, this is what I deserve, and this is the boundary I hold, and they hold that boundary, they're free to go into the new. I feel like they'll get one more kick at the devil here. Yeah, for some. They're saying for some, they will have the devil come back into their life and try one more time. Even though he's defeated, he does not believe he can be. So he's going to try one more time. Even when the chips are down, he's going to try again. And that's the sense. And the sense, too, from the devil that I get, whoever that is in your life, is that they do not believe that the Aquarius has the audacity to release them. How dare you release me? I've given you everything that but they don't know the other side of the coin. They don't know that the Aquarian can get a lot better on the other side. And more valid things, not just things that come and go. Because the devil will give you, but then he'll take more than he gives. And there's an illusion there that you're getting, but you're actually not getting. He's just keeping you carroted, It's like the mule following the carrot. He just keeps it in front of him. He never gets it. It's just there. And that's the sense that I get from this energy as well. But nonetheless, the Garden of Venus is about resting and relaxing, renewal. There's a lot of fresh energy I get here. And again, when I started these readings, they show me that fresh slate everybody's going to be going through. So the Garden Venus is something you will hear whispers of in your surroundings, and you will start to step into that. This renewal energy will start to be all that you know. That's what they're saying. Okay, as we move into the future, again, we're going to be gaining strength because we're going to be grounded in our decisions. There's no regrets here. We know we've come to, there's not even a frayed line to hang on to here. It's completely cut. We're moving into better energy. There's messages coming. You know, again, two messages could be one person gets one message, another, it could be, you know, karmic balance. Again, are you karmically correct? If you're somewhat balanced and have a surplus in your karma bank, then, you know, you're free to go, and the message will probably be that of a greater nature. And if you are, you know, low on the scale of gaining points, then, you know, these messages will be a reflection of that. So on top of the message card in the future, the Shaman card is many mask the authentic self. Yeah. So if you're wearing a mask, this will be in regards to that. So if you're on the negative side, right, the mask will fall. It will befall you. And for those on the positive side, they're going to really learn how to keep masks off. I feel like the Aquarian, they had a mask, though not as what they would see as active mask. It's just not saying things when they should say, when they feel in their heart to say, and even open the door for grace to say, you know, like, I think the Aquarians are guilty of silence more than they're guilty of, you know, the good ones anyway, of going outward in hatred. Well, there's some that are going outward in hatred, absolutely, but they'll be dealt with. But again, this has to do with masking behavior. And I feel like our strength lies in the unmasking of this. So if you are masking in any way, not only will those things not be able to sustain. You won't be able to sustain that mask. People will see, well, look, I see them doing that, and they're saying this. What's going on? That doesn't add up, right? So this is the thing here. And we may have some Aquarians in heavy negative karmic energy that have many masks that they just choose not to give up on. They will not release their mask no matter what. They're going to go down fighting, and nobody will know the real them, is the sense that I get. There's those as well. So that's heavy. That's a lot of people in Aquarian energy that are holding that up. They got a mask that not only do they not know who they are on a deeper level, and not only are they not working towards humanity, but the destruction of it intently. You know, all of this will come to be, and it may even be a message having to do with, for those that are in heavier energy, having to do with that mask that we're wearing. But the sense that I get 8, 9, 10, 11, yeah. We may, if we're in partnerships, we may lose our partner due to holding on to our mask. We will hold on to our mask more than we allow our partner in. This could be, so we could have a divorce or a separating of ways, of waters is what they said. So that's about emotional energy separating at this time, because the Aquarius refuses to give up their mask. So all the people around them, including your closest partner, will release from you because you will not give it up. You will not. It's like somebody denying the truth here. And that's the devil energy that's getting into you. So for some, you may be wrangled back into the devil energy and just hold up your mask and go, that's it, this is me, and meanwhile, it's not really you. You have no clue who you are. And then there's some Aquarians that know exactly who they are. And not only are they able to see that in other people, that these people are wearing masks, and I know exactly where the masks are, and I know why they're wearing masks. Like, they're very astute with that energy because they've learned and they've grown through that path themselves. They know how to remove masks. They know how to be truthful. They know how to be valid and authentic. And they're going to go forward in that energy. And again, this is kind of the walking of the path, the treading of the way. It's like, look, I'm authentic. Come join me. But there's some people here on the other side of the street, right? The dark side of the street. They will not. They're going to keep their mask. And not only that, you're not going to know who I am. Because I don't know who I am. Ooh, yeah, okay, that's heavy. So some people are going to go down fighting. Is what I see here. Okay, the Divine Animals card. There's kind of a dark one here. More of the devil influence on this one. There's a possibility right in the center, right where we're at here this time. In this moment you get this reading, there is a window of time where we can make the right decision. Some will go left, some will go right. And I've always had that in my readings. I feel very distinctly there's like a 50-50 split. 50% of Aquarians are dark and nasty. And then the other 50 are great and wonderful and, humanitarian-like and authentic and altruistic. But it's like the other side is completely wrangled up under the devil's thumb. So, depending on what side of the fence you're on, the animal card that we get for you is the bull. Getting the horns. And the sacrifice. Those in darkness that are refusing to give up their masks, they will need to sacrifice it. I can say no more, they said. Say no more. The lightning strike from above is literally telling me this is from the highest high. They're looking at you and they will not tolerate this any longer. So what I get, 4 and 0, yeah. 4 to me can be the death, one single 4, and that's what I get here. It's a death number. It's also where things end, and it's also where a new beginning can happen. But if we don't take this time and this opportunity to achieve this, to put any energy into this, again, there will be consequences for that. And it's coming from the highest high here. Now, it's interesting, the last reading, try not to refer back to it, but they're constantly giving me that energy of the tower. I feel like for some Aquarians, the tower is now. It's happening. And we can either repent and flip gears. By flipping gears, I mean going from the bad side and repenting and being in our humbleness and accepting whatever comes here. Admitting, again, you can't go wrong with the truth. The truth, it'll sting at first, but you can be forgiven for the truth. You can't be forgiven for lies. And again, depending on your karma bank here, if we've got a lot, and I feel like this person has just too much in their bank that they can't answer for at this point. And they may have been in denial about ever needing to pay up here. And because of that, the universe is going to take care of things. I'm going to leave it there. There's a sacrifice that's going to happen here for the Aquarius. And the bull, he gets his way. Right? You ever hear of a bull in a china shop? It's like it's all in tatters. It's going to be all broken apart. And this is the sense I get. Now, I don't know in what shape that means. We're talking about spirituality here. So, spiritually, we're going to be broken. That's all I can say. So, heavy. That one's heavy. Aquarius, that's your bonus. I'm telling you, this is a heavy bonus, but for some, it'll make sense. Take care, have fun, and be kind, and we will talk to you soon.